What's going on, guys? If you click the link, you know what we're going to talk about. AMS Red Alpha Aux intercooler tank. In addition to this tank, we'll talk about what other AMS cooling products they have, what might suit you, what might help your builds, and helping it cool and stay cool. So let's go over this tank first, right? So this is a Fender mounted tank. It sits behind the passenger fender. This tank is model specific, so it's going to be different for the Q50 guys and the Q60 guys. So just make sure when you order it, you specify which model you have. You don't want to order the Q60 and you have a Q50, right? So this is for the Q60. If you're wondering why it's a little scuffed up or whatever, this is actually used. Shout out to Enthusiast POV for hooking me up. This is, I think he said, the last part of his Q as he parted it out and got rid of it and got that beautiful 370 Nismo. He's at Z1 Performance right now, doing great things. So definitely hit him up if you guys need anything. Amazing guy. All right, cool. So Fender mounted tank, model specific, TIG welded aluminum, powder coated, real nice piece here, right? So this adds over a gallon and a half of coolant to your intercooler system. So let's shoot over to AMS, see what they talk about it, right? So people don't think I'm just making shit up. Proud to introduce the coolant tank, 1.5 gallons, yada yada yada. All right, so AMS's website, they got it listed at $399.95, so $400. Drop down, like I said, it's model specific, guys, so it'll come with everything that you need to install. And then if we scroll down, they'll give you all the benefits, right? 35 degrees intercooler outlet, that's from their testing. 1.675 gallons of coolant added. Most important mod, seamlessly fit, all the jerk off stuff, right? Okay, cool. So you add this. Now, there's some stuff that people don't talk about. Some people do. If you're gonna add this tank, right, you're gonna put more of a load on your pumps, right? Depending on which model you have, depends on how many pumps you have. So I have a Red Sport, so I have 2 pumps. The other guys, all the other models, you guys are running that 1 pump. So if you add this and you add the Red Alpha coolant expansion tank, which we're going to talk about in a little, and why I'm not going to run it, you're putting a lot of load on that pump. There's a lot of guys that run this tank and run the coolant expansion tank, which we'll shoot over. We'll shoot over to right now. $300 from AMS, right? 70% more volume than the stock heat exchanger tank. 28% more than the Raider tank. Yeah, so it's a bigger tank, right? What they did here is they combined both tanks into one big tank, and there's a little metal divider in it. I'm going to explain to you why this isn't the best design. So you add this, all that fluid, you add this, all that fluid, and those, you guys with the 1 pump, your 1 pump is going to be struggling. So I suggest you guys add an additional pump, or there's been some guys that modify their additional pump to a bigger pump. So if we stick with where we're at, AMS, and this is not an AMS endorsed video at all. The guys that follow me, you know how I feel about some of the stuff AMS does. So if we go over here, they offer the Red Alpha Auxiliary Intercooler Pump Kit, which will give you, for all the non-Red Sport guys, they'll give you 2 pumps, right? And that'll help you flow that fluid through the intercooler, which will let you cool it, obviously, right? Cool it quicker, because you don't want that coolant just sitting there and being stagnant and just staying hot, right? Now, you don't want it sitting there staying hot, right? Remember I said that. Now, this is why I do not recommend this thing right here. Now, this thing is a beautiful piece. Made out of the same material, this aluminum, TIG welded, powder coated, that nice flat black. It looks great in the engine bay. But I can't recommend it to you guys. You guys do whatever you want. It's your car. It's because of the way they designed it. They didn't make it two separate tanks. Now they made it one bigger tank, which is cool. Both sides hold more fluid, but unfortunately the divider in there it's a big metal tank with a metal divider. So what happens is, and we'll shoot over to the OEM tanks, right? So you got your OEM intercooler tank and your OEM engine tank, right? These two tanks are separate. They sit right next to each other. They're separate. Mine look raggedy gold because it's just heat reflective tank tape, so they don't get any latent heat from the engine bay, right? They sit separate. Your fluids are not, one fluid is not gonna affect the other or vice versa, right? If you go and look at this tank, as that hot coolant from the engine is just sitting there in that tank, what do you think is gonna happen? There's a heat transfer that's gonna happen in that tank to your charge air coolant. And both coolants are just gonna get hotter and hotter. There's a post on Infinity Q50 Q60, the big group, the main group. Hopefully it hasn't been taken down yet. You guys can look at there. There's a guy that, I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. He did extensive testing on it, and he got this tank, and the dude's temperatures, the trade-off for more volume doesn't help when the temperature is rising at such a rate because it's getting affected by the other coolant. So take that information how you want to take it. I'm just letting you guys know. All right. So Fender tank. The instructions are on the website. Fairly easy install. There's a couple install videos. Talk To's Enthusiast POV's got a great one. Very easy install. Look into the additional pump, guys. If not AMS, like I said, if you hit up Enthusiast over at Z1, he sells all these products too. He sells the Fender tank. He sells the coolant expansion tank. I believe they sell OEM pumps as well, or a kit or something to hook it up. That's pretty much it. This is going to be a quick one. Very soon, I'm going to give you guys an updated video on the Q itself, on the engine, on the turbo kit. There is, basically I took everything off the engine again, right? I made the videos for the meth and some other stuff. All the custom mounts that I made, all my custom mounts that I made them out of steel, right? So I took all the mounts off, I prepped them, I painted them. I got the custom fittings for the AC. I got the AC lines. That's all done. So we're going to start piecing it back together. So I'm going to try to piece it back together to basically make it look like what the engine's going to look like. So I can just show you a quick video. And then we'll drop it on the subframe. I'll probably do the aluminum piping for the charge piping, which is really easy. I'll cut, weld, fab that up. Also with the Turbo Smart blow-off valves, I'll get that done. And yeah, man, we're making progress, guys. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the guys that are going to other shops and showing them my video and saying, hey, can you copy this kit? Just keep trucking along, guys. I'm loving all the builds. I'm loving all the progress. Thank you for all the love. You can follow me on Instagram, JetBlackM3. If you guys have any suggestions for any videos, please let me know. Hopefully everyone's staying safe. We're still in this COVID stuff, so for my BMW guys, I'm sorry. The M3 is still sitting there. Yeah, she probably won't get tuned until next year, unfortunately. The Infinity, that's another thing. We're trying to finish her very soon. If you guys have any ideas for any videos, I have a lot of ideas for videos that are coming up. I'm moving, if you guys don't know, so that's gonna interrupt some progress. I'm actually moving in about a month to a different state, so that's gonna interrupt some progress. But the good news is I've got some plans to do some stuff that's a little different with the channel and with my builds, with both builds, and maybe next year introducing another car to purchase, to build. I just don't know. I got a couple different brands I want to do. I just don't know which car I'm going to purchase. But anyway, if you guys have any ideas, questions, comments, concerns, hey, what about this? Hit me up. Thanks, guys.